Have you ever looked at a city on a map and assumed you already knew its story? A place that covers only 40 square kilometers, a city that many people pass on their way to somewhere else, a city often overshadowed by its famous neighbor, Bandung. But what if I told you that hidden within this small corner of West Java is a story of resilience, transformation, military heritage, innovation, culture, and identity that continues to inspire hundreds of thousands of people every single day? This is Cimahi, and once you understand its story, you may never look at this city the same way again. Nestled in the heart of West Java, Indonesia, Cimahi stands as one of the most fascinating urban centers in the Bandung metropolitan area. Positioned just west of Bandung, the city shares borders with West Bandung Regency on its northern, western, and southern sides, while Bandung city lies directly to the east. At first glance, Cimahi may seem modest. It is not Indonesia's largest city. It is not the country's most famous tourist destination. It does not possess endless coastlines or towering skyscrapers. Yet greatness is not measured by size. Greatness is measured by impact. And for decades, Cimahi has quietly built an identity far larger than its geographical boundaries. To understand Cimahi, we must begin with its name. The word Cimahi originates from the Sundanese language. The prefix chi refers to water, while mahi is often interpreted as flowing or moving water. In simple terms, Cimahi means flowing water. It is a beautiful name, because in many ways, Cimahi itself reflects the character of flowing water. Water adapts, water moves, water finds a path forward no matter what obstacles stand in its way, and so has Cimahi. Located at approximately 6 degrees 53 minutes south latitude and 107 degrees 32 minutes east longitude, Cimahi occupies a strategic position within one of Indonesia's most important metropolitan regions. Its location has long made it a critical connector between different parts of West Java. People travel through it, businesses grow within it, communities thrive around it, ideas flow through it, just like the water that gave the city its name. Today, Cimahi is home to hundreds of thousands of residents. According to 2020 population data, the city had approximately 595,000 inhabitants living within an area of only about 40.47 square kilometers. Think about that for a moment. Nearly 600,000 people sharing a city that is smaller than many districts elsewhere in Indonesia. That density tells a powerful story. It speaks of opportunity. It speaks of urban growth. It speaks of a city that continues to attract people seeking better futures. Every morning, streets come alive with movement. Students head towards schools and universities. Workers travel to factories, offices, and commercial centers. Entrepreneurs open shops and businesses. Families build their lives and dreams, and together they create the heartbeat of Cimahi. But Cimahi was not always the autonomous city we know today. For many years, it was part of Bandung Regency. Its development was closely linked to the growth of the surrounding Bandung region. As the population expanded and economic activities intensified, the need for more independent governance became increasingly clear. A city with growing responsibilities required greater authority to manage its future. That journey reached an important milestone when Cimahi achieved autonomous city status. On June 21, 2001, Cimahi was officially recognized as an autonomous region. It was more than an administrative change. It was a declaration of identity, a statement that Cimahi was ready to chart its own course, ready to shape its own future, ready to become more than a satellite city, ready to stand proudly on its own achievements. Since then, Cimahi has continued to evolve. The city has embraced modernization while maintaining strong connections to its cultural roots. The majority of Cimahi's population comes from the Sundanese ethnic group, one of Indonesia's largest and richest cultural communities. The Sundanese heritage can be felt everywhere, in the language spoken by families, in traditional arts and music, in local culinary traditions, in the warmth and hospitality of its people. But Cimahi is also a city of diversity. Residents from many regions across Indonesia have made Cimahi their home. This blend of cultures creates a vibrant social environment where different backgrounds come together while contributing to a shared civic identity. It is a reminder that Indonesia's strength has always come from unity within diversity. One of the most remarkable aspects of Cimahi is its economic transformation. The city's economy is supported by several major sectors: industry, trade, services, tourism. These pillars have helped create employment opportunities and drive local development. Factories and industrial areas have long played an important role in the city's growth. Commercial activities continue to expand. Small businesses contribute significantly to the local economy. Service industries support the needs of an increasingly urban population. Each sector works together like pieces of a larger machine, helping Cimahi move forward year after year. Yet there is another characteristic that makes Cimahi truly unique. Across Indonesia, mention the name Cimahi and many people immediately think of one thing: the military. For generations, Cimahi has been known as one of Indonesia's most important military centres. Its strategic location and historical development have made it home to numerous military institutions, training facilities, and educational centres. The presence of these institutions has shaped the city's identity in profound ways. Discipline, dedication, service, commitment. These values have become woven into the city's character. Many Indonesian soldiers have received education and training in Cimahi before going on to serve the nation. Countless stories of sacrifice, leadership, and patriotism have begun within the city's military facilities. This connection between Cimahi and national defence has earned the city a special place in Indonesia's history. But Cimahi is not only about military heritage, it is also a city of learning. Education plays a vital role in shaping its future. Schools, vocational institutions, and higher education facilities help prepare younger generations for an increasingly competitive world. Students from various backgrounds pursue knowledge and skills that will one day contribute to Indonesia's progress. Education is more than classrooms and textbooks. It is hope. It is opportunity. It is the belief that every child deserves a chance to build a brighter future. And in Cimahi, that belief continues to guide development efforts. The city is also embracing innovation. In recent years, Cimahi has gained recognition for its growing creative industries and technological initiatives. Young entrepreneurs, digital creators, and innovators are helping redefine what the city can become in the 21st century. The world is changing rapidly. Technology reshapes economies. Artificial intelligence transforms industries. Digital platforms create new opportunities. And cities that embrace innovation position themselves for long-term success. Cimahi understands this reality. Its younger generation represents a powerful force capable of driving future growth and competitiveness. Of course, no city story is complete without discussing its attractions. Visitors exploring Cimahi will discover destinations that showcase both natural beauty and local heritage. One of the most famous attractions is Curug Cimahi, often known as Cimahi Waterfall. Surrounded by lush landscapes, the waterfall offers visitors an opportunity to reconnect with nature. The sound of rushing water creates a sense of peace that contrasts beautifully with urban life. Standing before the waterfall, it is easy to understand why natural spaces remain essential even in rapidly developing regions. Then there are parks and recreational areas that provide residents with places to gather, exercise, and relax. These public spaces contribute to quality of life while strengthening community bonds. Museums and cultural sites help preserve local history and educate future generations about the city's journey. Tourism in Cimahi may not always attract the same headlines as Indonesia's most famous destinations, yet its attractions possess something equally valuable: authenticity. They offer genuine experiences rooted in local identity rather than mass commercialization. Perhaps that is what makes them memorable, because the most meaningful journeys are often the ones that reveal something real, something human, something unexpected. What makes Cimahi particularly inspiring is how much it has accomplished despite its limited size. Many people assume larger cities possess greater potential, but Cimahi challenges that assumption. Its story proves that determination matters more than geography. Vision matters more than territory. People matter more than statistics. A city does not become significant because of how much land it occupies. A city becomes significant because of what it contributes. And Cimahi contributes a great deal. It contributes skilled workers. It contributes educated young people. It contributes military leadership. It contributes cultural heritage. It contributes economic growth. It contributes innovation. Most importantly, it contributes stories. Stories of ordinary people pursuing extraordinary dreams. Stories of families building better futures. Stories of students refusing to give up. Stories of entrepreneurs taking risks. Stories of communities supporting one another. Stories that rarely appear in international headlines but deserve to be told. As Indonesia continues its journey toward becoming one of the world's major economic powers, cities like Cimahi will play an increasingly important role. National progress is not built solely in capital cities. It is built in places where people work hard every day, places where children dream of becoming leaders, places where communities invest in education, innovation, and opportunity. Places exactly like Cimahi. So the next time someone tells you Cimahi is merely a small city in West Java, remember this: small is not insignificant. Small is not powerless. Small is not invisible. Within just 40 square kilometers lives a city that has helped shape military history, support economic growth, preserve cultural heritage, educate future generations, and inspire nearly 600,000 people to keep moving forward. Like the flowing water that gave it its name, Cimahi continues to move, continues to adapt, continues to grow, continues to inspire. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of all. No matter where you come from, no matter how small your beginnings may seem, no matter how often others overlook your potential, you can still build something meaningful. You can still create impact. You can still leave a legacy. Because greatness is never determined by size. Greatness is determined by purpose, and Cimahi is living proof. But the story of Cimahi becomes even more remarkable when we look beyond the statistics, beyond the government records, and beyond the maps. Because a city is never just roads, buildings, and borders. A city is people. A city is memory. A city is emotion. A city is the invisible connection between generations who inherit the same streets, the same dreams, and the same hopes for tomorrow. Walk through Cimahi in the early morning and you will see something that numbers can never fully explain. You will see food vendors preparing traditional Sundanese breakfasts before sunrise. You will see parents leaving home to provide for their families. You will see students carrying backpacks filled not only with books, but with ambitions. You will see elderly residents sitting together, sharing stories from decades past. You will see a city waking up with purpose. Every face carries a story, every neighborhood carries a history, every corner carries a reminder that development is not only measured by economic growth, but by the quality of life experienced by the people who call a place home. This is where the true strength of Cimahi reveals itself. The city has experienced extraordinary change over the years. Fields became neighborhoods, small roads became busy transportation corridors, communities expanded, industries grew, technology advanced. Yet, amid all this transformation, many of the values that define Cimahi have remained intact. Mutual cooperation, community spirit, respect for culture, commitment to education, pride in local identity. These values continue to serve as the foundation upon which the city builds its future. One of the most fascinating aspects of Cimahi is its relationship with Bandung. Located directly beside one of Indonesia's most influential cities, Cimahi has often existed in Bandung's shadow. Many people know Bandung, many people visit Bandung, many people celebrate Bandung's achievements. But there is something powerful about a city that develops beside a giant while still maintaining its own identity. That is exactly what Cimahi has done. Rather than losing itself, it has found its own voice. Rather than becoming dependent, it has become complementary. Rather than competing solely for attention, it has focused on creating value. And that lesson extends far beyond geography. It is a lesson for individuals as well. You do not need to be the biggest to matter. You do not need to be the most famous to make an impact. You do not need to dominate the spotlight to achieve greatness. Sometimes the strongest growth happens quietly. Sometimes the most meaningful contributions happen away from the headlines. Sometimes the places that receive the least attention have the most important stories to tell. Cimahi is one of those places. Its military legacy deserves special recognition. For more than a century, the city has maintained a close relationship with Indonesia's defense institutions. During different periods of history, Cimahi became an important strategic location due to its geographical position and infrastructure. Military facilities established in the area helped shape not only the city's economy, but also its culture. Discipline became part of daily life. Organization became a valued principle. Service to the nation became a source of pride. Many families in Cimahi have direct or indirect connections to military institutions. For countless residents, the values associated with service, sacrifice, and responsibility are not abstract concepts. They are lived experiences. They are family traditions. They are personal stories passed down from one generation to the next. Yet the city's future will not be defined solely by its past. Like many modern urban centres, Cimahi faces challenges that require creativity and innovation. Population growth creates pressure on infrastructure. Urbanisation demands smarter planning. Economic competition requires continuous adaptation. Environmental sustainability becomes increasingly important. These are not easy challenges. They are the defining challenges of the 21st century. The question facing every city is simple. How do you continue growing without losing what makes you special? For Cimahi, the answer may lie in balancing progress with identity, modernization with tradition, technology with humanity, growth with sustainability. The cities that succeed in the future will not necessarily be the largest. They will be the ones that understand how to evolve while remaining true to themselves. And Cimahi possesses many of the ingredients necessary for that success. a strategic location, a strong educational foundation, an industrious population, a rich cultural heritage, a history of resilience. These assets provide a platform for future achievements. Perhaps nowhere is this potential more visible than among the younger generation. Today, young people in Cimahi are growing up in a world radically different from that of their parents and grandparents. They have access to information at unprecedented levels. They can communicate globally from a smartphone. They can launch businesses from a bedroom. They can learn skills online that were once available only through formal institutions. Their opportunities are greater than ever before, but so are the challenges. Global competition is intense. Technology evolves constantly. Industries change rapidly. The future belongs to those willing to learn continuously. Fortunately, Cimahi's commitment to education and innovation provides young people with valuable tools for navigating this new reality. Every student studying late into the night, every entrepreneur building a startup, every artist creating original work, every engineer developing new solutions, every teacher inspiring future leaders. Together, they represent the next chapter of Cimahi's story. And what a chapter it could become. Imagine a future where Cimahi emerges as one of Indonesia's leading centers for creative industries. Imagine a future where technological innovation attracts talent from across the nation. Imagine a future where sustainable urban development becomes a model for other cities. Imagine a future where local culture continues thriving alongside modern advancement. These possibilities are not fantasies, they are opportunities, and opportunities become reality when communities choose to pursue them. The history of Cimahi teaches us an important truth. Progress is never automatic. Every achievement requires effort. Every improvement requires commitment. Every success requires people willing to believe in something bigger than themselves. The autonomous status achieved in 2001 did not happen by accident. Economic development did not happen by accident. Educational progress did not happen by accident. Community growth did not happen by accident. Behind every milestone stand individuals who worked, sacrificed, planned, and persevered. That is the hidden story behind every successful city. Not buildings, not roads, not statistics. People, always people. As the sun sets over Cimahi and the lights of homes, businesses, schools and institutions begin to illuminate the evening, another day comes to a close. But the city's journey continues. Children continue dreaming. Workers continue striving. Families continue building. Teachers continue educating. Leaders continue planning. Communities continue growing. The flow never stops, just like the water that inspired its name, flowing forward, flowing through challenges, flowing toward new possibilities, flowing toward a future that has yet to be written. And perhaps that is why Cimahi's story resonates far beyond West Java. Because at its core, it is not simply the story of a city, it is the story of perseverance, it is the story of adaptation, it is the story of identity, it is the story of people refusing to be defined by limitations. A city with only 40 square kilometers, proving that impact cannot be measured by land area. A city beside a larger neighbor, proving that significance does not require dominance. A city rooted in history, proving that tradition and innovation can coexist. A city shaped by discipline, proving that resilience creates opportunity.